Yes, a very warm welcome to today's talk. And I love to say everybody knows that health is a universal human rights that should be accessible to everyone, regardless of where you are, regardless of the geographical positions, regardless of tribes, regardless of races. Everyone should be able to get the best healthcare possible from wherever they are. But you find in these marginalized communities, like especially where I volunteer in northern Uganda, you find there are a lot of health challenges, starting from very few community health workers to also very few facilities to help with any case that could arise and impact on the health of the population around. That's why you realize we have gotten a very high infant mortality rates. Children below 5 years dying due to very preventable complications of malaria. This could all be eradicated, but you find there are very few health workers to go to the deepest community possible to teach on preventive measures, simple scientific techniques like sleeping under mosquito nets, keeping the environment clean, destroying all the breeding places for the mosquitoes. Because in a very economical disadvantaged community, there is a lot of ignorance, high illiteracy rate. So the population, the natives of this place may not necessarily know what to do to eradicate malaria. And there are very few health workers to go into the deep community to teach this to them so that they also get to know. Because we all know knowledge is power always. But that's not my emphasis for today. I'm Emmanuel. I'm a medical clinician in this refugee hosting community in northern Uganda. Now, I love to talk about the different developments in health, from researches to knowledge. A lot of things are hidden from these developed, from the underdeveloped communities, more so in Africa. So it's upon the doctors and the healthcare workers to also read a lot and also do a lot of research on internet, follow a lot of prominent researchers around the world to see the latest development in health. For example, I've been closely following the development in the use of Ivermectin in the treatment of cancer and very various forms of cancer. This has shown a very profound benefit and importance in this, and a lot of testimonies of changed radiographs, ultrasound scans, whereby it will MRI scans. So it's really so much important that this development also get to be known by people in the lowest health settings, because if you visit these communities, there are there is a high rise in the cases of cancer, which has not been there before. But we all do not understand this deeply, but there has been a lot of cancer related cases. And during the COVID pandemic, I think these poor communities are the most people who are so much vulnerable. They really welcomed this vaccine, the COVID-19 jabs, and fairly they were forced to take all these jabs. And it could be the manifestations of this, because this community really do not have such cases of cancer among its more so young women. But you find these days is really so much in the rise. And there has been report of very much high cases of COVID related side effects. So we can't rule this out because this community really warmed welcomes the COVID-19 jab because they really have no option to about this. So being a very poor community, cancer care is really so much expensive, and it could weigh down the different families, and that's what has been always prevailing, and no one cares about this. And the marginalized, underdeveloped communities and the countries like Uganda, they get more fundings and donations from the elites, the Western world. So they really have to bow to every health information that is related to them, but they may not necessarily know that it's making their citizens sick and sicker, and no one really seems to care because you're very vulnerable. So they take advantage of that. That's why such cases are really so much on the rise in these different communities. Now, if these researches are done and people do not really know about them, like for example, the potential of ivermectin in the killing the cancer cells, cases of tubal cancer, cervical cancer, breast cancer has really risen up in this community. And if we don't directly tell them that at least there's something which can be done, if something can be done to improve the health of someone, I think no one should obstruct anyone from the right to use of some of these repurposed drugs like ivermectin, bendazole. I've studied a lot about this from some of the researchers, some of the oncologists. I've really liked the work of Dr. William Marquez. Very inspirational in this, and I would love to also expound this message to anyone who could also like personal decision to use these drugs, because you find in cancer management this community most patients come and they tell us that my doctor said that I think there is nothing we can do about this. So they go in a period of palliative care. Chemotherapy is really so much expensive, and it's really not so much substantial. And the doctor tells you that relatives are so much stressed. Doctor tells your beloved one that we really have no much to do. So if something can be done, why can't we give the rights for the patients to get these informations and to use? I'm talking to respect to this community where I stay, because these informations are really not known by them, coupled with the high levels of illiteracy. People don't really say a lot on internet. So it's through us to raise this awareness and also empower them to probably take charge of their health. Information is always power, but some of these key and vital informations are hidden even from the internet. I've seen reports whereby there are very many researches which are done but not published on this side, ivermectin usage. But I think it has become a controversial drug, but I think it's very important we give people the rights to use and also take charge of their health at least. I think for now I'm stopping here, and we meet in the next video.